Alright, hello everyone. Am I too zoomed in? It looks like I am more zoomed in than usual. I cannot get this right. Every week, I swear to you. Let me try that. Hold on a second. I'm going to get this right. Whoa. That's right. Okay. Amazing. Hello everyone. Darkside Phil here, and welcome to the weekend preview. Today is Sunday, August 30th, 2015. Yeah, if you can realize it, if you can even fathom it, this week is over. And for me, obviously, this week went way differently than I had originally planned. Unfortunately, not for good reasons, okay? And so what I want to do in this video is get everyone up to speed on what's been going on this past week so that you understand what exactly is happening in regards to me, my health, my channel status now, because there's been a positive update there. There's been negative updates regarding my health and stuff that's been going on. And I want to give you the skinny on what to expect this week, because the bottom line is this past week was so inconsistent. I didn't know, every day I didn't know what to tell you, if I was going to be doing gameplay content for you or not. My hair's out of control. Look at this. Everything's just out of control. It's out of control. Life is out of control. All right, I'm going to do the whole video like this, and now that's going to bother the shit out of me. All right. So here's what happened this past week, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I didn't have streaming capability. As you know, I had some false copyright strikes against my channel, DSP Gaming, and against the King of Hate Vlogs last week. Completely bogus bullshit. Totally fake. Lawyers looked at it and said, this is bogus. But YouTube refused to reverse those strikes because they didn't want to rush the process just in case, legally, they were to get sued by someone. Okay? They need to wait 10 business days. So they didn't want to undo the strikes, even though they had blatant evidence that they were fake. They said, legally, we want to protect ourselves, so we're not going to undo them. But Machinima went the extra mile for me this week. And Machinima worked with YouTube and got my streaming privileges back, both on the King of Hate Vlogs and, yes, on DSP Gaming. So even though I have fake copyright strikes against my accounts, I could stream. It's basically, I have no negatives. All the negatives that you should have if you have copyright strikes, I don't. YouTube reversed them all because they realized it was complete bullshit. Okay? That's the good news. And the other good news is, this past week, I played Until Dawn. I played it 9 p.m. when it came out on Monday, and then I played it all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday. I finished one full playthrough of the game. Not only was I able to do a really fun first playthrough. Some people told me this is one of the best playthroughs I've done in years because I didn't have the stream. I didn't get my streaming capability back until Wednesday night. So I was doing it all offline. I didn't have stream chat distracting me. I was just hyper-focused on the game. And people are telling me it's the best commentary, the best gameplay, and the best stuff they've seen in years from me. Awesome, you know, and I'm not making that up. That's the direct feedback I've been getting from people watching the playthrough, saying it's amazing and you know, definitely a must-watch, especially if you were ever a fan of my content. You should definitely check out this playthrough, all right? The bad news is, I got sick halfway through the week. It was Wednesday. As I was trying to finish up Until Dawn, I got really sick. I had an incredibly bad sore throat for 2 days. Then I was congested. You can hear it right now in my voice. My whole head is still congested. And I was sick, and I was unable to work for 3 freaking days, which sucks because I had big plans for this week. I wanted to do a full second run-through of Until Dawn, doing the alternate choices and killing off all the people in the game and seeing, you know, how making the characters act differently, how they would change their interactions, change their relationships, and change the outcome of the game. In addition, on schedule for this week, I had an episode of Ask the King, my monthly Q&A show, right? Didn't get to do that, because obviously if I couldn't talk because I was sick, how am I going to answer questions for several hours? I couldn't do it. In addition to that, this weekend was my girlfriend Leanna's birthday, and we had big plans. We were going to take a day off and go into Seattle for the weekend, and we were going to spend a whole day in Seattle, and I promised you I was going to be doing vlogs the whole day that we were there, and you were going to see vlogs going up on the King of Hate Vlogs from that, and there was about a 50-50 chance that we were going to be going to PAX, because I actually have passes. Machinima got me passes to go to PAX this year, and we were going to go today. But all that got basically erased when I got sick, which sucks. It sucks so hard. It sucks the big giant baloney that it had to happen this week, right? Now, the good news is at least I got sick this week. If I got sick next week or the week after, you know, when we're in these weeks that are super heavy into the hardcore gaming season and multiple new releases, I really would have been boned. So this was actually, if I was going to get sick anytime during this season, this was the optimal time for it to happen. So I'm not too disappointed. And I have to say I am overwhelmingly happy and positive that people understood. For the 3 days that I couldn't put out footage, I couldn't live stream, even though Machinima worked so hard to get my live streaming back, and then I couldn't stream anyway because I was sick. Thank you for understanding. Listen, I wanted to work, but I couldn't. I couldn't even talk. So obviously, I wasn't able to put out any kind of quality content for you. All right? So this week was completely shot. All I did this week was I played Until Dawn once, all right? On Saturday, yesterday, I couldn't talk still. I was still messed up, but I did a 2-hour stream of the Street Fighter V beta where I actually played with Ryu, Birdie, Cammy, and Nash for about half an hour each, both in training mode and some online matches, but it was commentary free. It's the only gaming footage I've really ever done that was commentary free because my throat, I couldn't talk. So, there are some videos of that up if you want to see it. It is live, but I don't know how much you care if there's commentary free. But I did learn a lot about the game and the characters just playing that one session. And then, today, I did do a full session, 3 hours of Until Dawn, my second run. And I'll be honest with everyone. The 3 hours that I filmed today, not a heck of a lot different from the original playthrough because it's the intro. You get the intro, and then you've got, you know, the first few choices that kind of define the characters. But really, there's been no life or death choices yet. There's been no, you know what I mean, critical thing going on that could have gotten anyone killed yet. In fact, I don't think it was even possible to have anyone die yet in the game. So in that regard, unfortunately, even though I did one full session, not much has changed. Now, some people said I did some wild commentary. I did. I'll be honest, I was giddy because I was so amped up to get back into gaming today. I was so excited to stream on YouTube, had a bunch of viewers. People were active and amped up and ready to watch me play games again. So I did some really crazy commentary, and I don't know how people are going to take it, but the videos are live. You watch and you judge for yourself, all right? So that's all that's happened this week. Obviously, there's a ton of stuff now that's kind of been screwed up. So I want to explain to you the schedule for this week. I want to explain to you the fate of Ask the King and everything, all right? So let's get into it. Let's talk about this week, first of all. Let's get into the schedule, all right? First of all, I want to say this. This is the last 24 hours. I know I haven't talked about it in a week now because I've been sick. It's the final 24 hours to pledge to my Patreon for the month of July. I'm pointing to it right now. If you go to that website, patreon.com/darksidephil, you can pledge and you can get cool perks and also contribute to the goals. The biggest goal by far for this month is going to be the ability to nominate and vote on the games that I'm going to be playing in the Indies Mini Marathon at the end of September. So one day near the end of September, right now it's looking like probably around September 28th, which is a Monday. I'm going to be doing a mini marathon, which is like 7 hours of gameplay, or 7-hour stream of gameplay, of me doing indie games. And it's going to be up to the patrons from this month who pledge $5 or more to nominate and vote on what games are going to make it onto that mini marathon. And some people have been saying, we can't wait to see Phil play more Papers, Please. And other people have been saying there's been the other indie games we'd like to see Phil play. So that is the major benefit of being a patron of mine in the month of July. Now, if you don't pledge in the next 24 hours, meaning by the end of Monday, unfortunately, you're not going to get in on that. What you will get in on is the next month stuff, and I can tell you right now, there's going to be a really cool Patreon goal in the month of September, all right, for people who pledge $5 or more. It's probably going to be one of the most contested and heated voting procedures that has ever happened on Patreon, or with my Patreon interaction. So just a little preview. I'll be talking about that in a week or two once we get further into September. I don't want to spoil too much, but hint, hint, it's going to be a really neat interactive thing where the viewers are going to get to directly choose something I do come October, and I think it's going to be really neat, okay? So I just want to throw that out there. I haven't talked about it or anything because I haven't been doing pre-streams because I couldn't do pre-streams because I couldn't stream at all. I haven't been doing any content for over 3 days, so I never really had the opportunity to even talk about Patreon. It is what it is. Thank you to those of you who did pledge. Thank you for those who've been very supportive of the time that I wasn't able to stream when I was sick. It's like, when it rains, it pours. Murphy's Law. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. And between the fact that there were no real new releases until this week in the month of August, the fact that I couldn't live stream for a long time because of false copyright claims, and then I got sick, it was like thing after thing after thing. Thank you to those of you who watched the content, who were supportive, who pledged to Patreon. You guys are awesome. And now we're finally going full speed ahead into this hardcore gaming season, and I am going to deliver. All right, and now let's talk about how I'm going to deliver a nice large pizza to your house right now. No, I'm not going to do that. That would be a pretty ridiculous claim to make. But I am going to deliver on gameplay, so let's talk. Tomorrow, Monday, August 31st, the final day of August, I am going to be doing a first stream of Until Dawn. We're going to see how far I can get in the game doing the alternate choices. I'm going to have dinner. I'm probably going to end up coming back right after dinner and doing another stream of Until Dawn to see if I can finish the second playthrough of Until Dawn before the impending release of Metal Gear Solid 5. Now, here's the thing, and I'm going to actually, right now, while everyone is watching the weekend preview, I'm actually going to turn on my TV. I actually have my PlayStation 4 downloading both Mad Max and Metal Gear Solid 5, okay? I pre-ordered them both digitally on PlayStation Network for the PS4. However, I'm wondering when exactly I can play them. According to my dashboard of the PlayStation 4, which I don't think I can show you right now, I can't show it to you right now, it's claiming, actually, hold on, I think I can show it to you now that I'm thinking about it. Hold on, here we go. Hold on, there it is. It's claiming that in 1 day and 2 hours, I can play Metal Gear Solid 5. I think I've been saying Metal Gear Solid 4, by the way. I meant to say Metal Gear Solid 5. So as long as this is correct, as long as what you're seeing is correct, at 9 p.m. Monday, tomorrow, I'll go back now, hold on. At 9 p.m., I will be beginning my Metal Gear Solid 5 playthrough live on stream here on YouTube, alright? So just to make that abundantly clear, as long as this is correct, the reason I say is it correct is because originally when I pre-ordered the game last week, it said it wasn't available till midnight Pacific time. Now, if that's the case, let's say there's a blunder, and it's not available till midnight Pacific time, then I'll be playing Mad Max. But I tend to trust what it says on my PlayStation 4 dashboard. I'm pre-downloading the game right now. I'm pre-downloading both Mad Max and Metal Gear Solid 5 right now, so I have them. So it's looking good, and I'm thinking tomorrow we're going to have a pretty fun 2 to 3 hour premiere stream of that at night. And I may, as I usually do when I play games late at night, have a drink or so while I'm playing. We'll see what happens with that. It'll be an interesting way to start the game, won't it? Alright, then this week, Tuesday, my first stream is going to be Metal Gear Solid 5, second stream is going to be Mad Max. Wednesday, we're flipping the formula. Mad Max first, then Metal Gear Solid 5. Thursday is probably going to be dependent on what the fans want. If you, man, I really like Mad Max more, let's do that first. Or, oh man, you know, Metal Gear Solid 5 is an amazing game. Let's have Phil continue that, do more of that. So that's going to determine the course of this week, all right? Friday, I'm only going to do one gameplay stream. It's going to be determined again by viewer vote. So maybe I'll do a straw poll or whatever, or we'll see what the popular vote is of what people want to see me play. One gameplay stream on Friday. Why only one? Because the second half of Friday, I'm going to go out and run my errands, do grocery shopping, and stuff like that. Because this coming Saturday, I'm going to Seattle to spend a holiday birthday celebration with Leanna. We didn't get to do anything this weekend because I was sick, and the whole thing got canceled, and it was a pain in the ass because we really wanted to do it. But, you know, it is what it is. When life gives you lemons, you can either pucker up and get all sour, or you could say, well, you know, we'll roll with it, and that's what we're doing. So we're pushing it forward a week. So this Saturday, we're going to Seattle, which means no gameplay streams this Saturday, but we'll be vlogging all the stuff we do in Seattle, and I'll come home with some vlogs to upload for all of you when we finally get home Saturday night, all right? Now, I understand, listen, but Phil, there's 2 new games this week. How could you take time off? Because that's life. It's that simple. Sometimes life takes priority, you know? We had scheduled it to do the time off before these games came out. Didn't work out. Tough titties. We're going this Saturday. So, I fully apologize to anyone who's dying to see me play these new games every single day this week. But this is basically the only time off that I'm taking for the entirety of the rest of the year, as I'll be pounding out the new games after this, okay? So, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and half of Friday, constant gameplay streams and new gameplay of these 2 new games. Saturday, no new gameplay, but we'll get vlogs. Sunday, we'll probably have a major gameplay stream and the weekend preview, and we'll see if I have time for more, how I'm feeling. I might be tired out from that Seattle trip, who knows? And then the week after that, the second week of September, FYI, just so everyone knows, there's 2 games coming out that week, but they're not very high-profile releases. One is Tearaway Unfolded, which is the new remade release of Tearaway, which was the PS Vita game from the Media Molecule, the same people who had made Little Big Planet 1 and 2. And people loved the game, but apparently didn't sell very well because no one bought a Vita. So they're re-releasing it now for PlayStation 4, and I was actually like, wow, I'm pretty interested, because if it's a really good game, I liked Little Big Planet 1 and 2 to some extent, and I'd like to play this game, but if I'm so inundated with Metal Gear Solid 5 and Mad Max because, you know, everything going on, I'm probably not going to play it. I might just skip it or save it for a future date because it makes more sense. Now, later on that second week, which is September 11th of all days, Super Mario Maker comes out. This is a game I want to play, and some people have said, Phil, why do you want to play this game? you're just going to be making Mario levels. I love the classic Mario games. I don't care if when I play them I don't get views. I don't care if people this day and age don't respect the classic Mario anymore and it's all about nostalgia and blah, blah, blah. I like classic Mario. I want to play Super Mario Maker. Whether it means I only mess around with it for a few hours and make my own Mario levels, I want to do it. So I'm going to get that game. I don't know if I'll be playing it on that day. I might. It depends, again, on how far did I get in Metal Gear Solid 5 and Mad Max. So next week, in 1 week's time, when we reconvene for the weekend preview, I'll have a much better understanding of how far I've gotten in the games, how it's looking, excuse me, and I'll be able to tell you what's really going to be going down. Now, the good news about all this is the third week of September, where typically there's a ton of releases, there's nothing this year. Zippo. So again, even if I have to delay Tearaway and Mario till that week, and we're still continuing on with Metal Gear and Mad Max, great. We'll have all this new content for the first half of September, and I'm pumped for it. I really am. It's about time, after a relatively dead summer, even though we had some new things this summer, it wasn't like big hype stuff people wanted to see me play. Now it seems like we're hitting this, you know, all cylinders, full speed ahead. I'm excited. I'm getting over my cold. I'm ready to work. I'm ready to play. Okay? So I'm excited, and I hope that you'll join me for all this stuff coming up. Now, a few elephants in the room, alright? Number one, Phil, Gears of War Ultimate Collection or whatever, Ultimate Edition came out this week. You didn't play it. No, I didn't. I had no intention of playing it. I didn't mention it last week. I've been saying for weeks I'm not playing it. I'm just not interested in replaying Gears of War 1 at a time when there's new games out. It's probably one of the worst timed remakes that I've ever seen, and quite honestly, they should have released it midsummer when nothing was out. But apparently they didn't think that was a good idea, so fuck them. I'm not playing Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Sorry, okay? What about Ask the King, which was supposed to happen this week? Well, Ask the King typically takes me a whole session, because it takes about an hour and a half to go through all the questions, get everything ready, and then it takes about 2 to 2.5 hours to stream, so we're talking a whole early session to do. I can't, honestly, with all the time I lost this week, I can't afford to take a whole giant session when I could be playing these brand new games that people want to see me play to do Ask the King right now, alright? The bottom line is, I don't think there's so many people dying for Ask the King right now that you'd want to see me not play Metal Gear Solid 5 or not play Mad Max to do it right now. So, right now, Ask the King is on hold. Absolute worst case scenario. Ask the King will happen at the end of the month, end of September, okay? And what I'll do is I'll consolidate questions that have happened all in this thread from the month of August, and anyone who posts up during the month of August throughout up till the end of September. And I'll take the best questions. In addition to that, for those who did pledge $20 or more on Patreon, and you're supposed to get your questions answered, yes, you will get all your questions answered, regardless if I did the episode or not this month. Your question will be answered on whatever the next episode of Ask the King is. So don't worry, I'm not reneging and forgetting about you people who want to get your questions answered. To be honest, I only think there were like 1 or 2 people who posted up questions for the month of August anyway, so I don't think it was that much of a concern for anyone anyway. So, that's the bottom line. Let's review. Tomorrow, Until Dawn on first stream, a quick, like, second mini stream to try to finish up Until Dawn, and then a 9 p.m. special premiere of Metal Gear Solid 5 stream, and of course all those videos will be uploaded to DSP Gaming afterwards. Tuesday, Metal Gear Solid 5 and Mad Max. Wednesday, Mad Max and Metal Gear Solid 5. Thursday, whatever order. Friday, whichever game people want to see, only one stream that day because I'll be doing errands second half of the day. Saturday, I'll be going to Seattle to celebrate Leanna's birthday a week late. Que sera, sera, right? And I'm going to be doing vlogging. So we'll have vlogs when we get home. Sunday, gameplay resumes and continues for the entire next week. So for those who are dying for their gameplay fix, you're going to get it this week. You're going to get a lot of gaming this week. And, you know, it is what it is. I'm sorry I can't play every single day this week, but that's life. But we're going to get through it. I'm pretty sure that after 2-3 days of me playing Metal Gear Solid 5, the hype's going to die down anyway. Ultimately, what happens is everyone wants to see the beginning, right? And then, you know, there are people who are going to watch the whole playthrough. I know that. But most people kind of get burnt out after a couple days anyway. Maybe they watch later on at their own pace casually, and I understand that. So after a few days, it's not going to be that big of a deal that every day I'm playing, you know, 5-6 hours of gameplay or anything like that. We're going to get through them. We have time. Because of the schedule, because of the more relaxed schedule in September, we're going to have time to play these lengthy games, to enjoy them at my own pace, and not to have to, you know, rush through them or whatever. And that's the good news, because if this had happened in October, I might have been screwed. But September, this was the month. If I was going to take days off and things were going to have to be jumbled around, this was the month. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Well, I'm physically I'm not feeling great. I'm trying to get over this cold. But overall, I'm feeling good about the games coming out. I'm excited. I hope you're excited for the new gameplay coming out as well. I apologize that we didn't have streaming for a while, and, you know, we had all these issues with me being sick. We're getting back into the routine of things now. I hope that you'll join me for all the new content coming out shortly. The second run of Until Dawn, I hope, is going to be pretty good, seeing everyone die, and then we'll continue on with all the new stuff this week. That is it for the weekend preview, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're heading into the hardcore gaming season full speed ahead. Cannot wait. I'm glad that YouTube Gaming launched because I'm getting some extra views on my streams. I'm glad that streaming came back. Everything's coming together. Thanks a lot. I hope to see you this week for the new stuff. And without further ado, ladies and gents, special thanks to these July patrons who made all this possible. Peace out, everyone, and I will see you for new gameplay tomorrow.